Hey and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be talking about my modded Vin 4, which you probably shouldn't buy or make. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, this cube has really put me through the ringer both in terms of performing the mods and then with the final product's performance, which isn't exactly bad, but for the effort I put in, it's not great. This all started back in July last year, where I thought I'd treat myself to a new 4x4 as an upgrade from my old and extremely tired AoSu GTS 2M. I'd seen the release of Stephen Winteringham's SteVin modded Vin 4, and toyed with the idea of recreating the mod myself. I initially put it off due to concerns with the difficulty and the lack of cheap magnet availability. 2 months later, the AoSu V7 released to widespread acclaim, and once again I had been caught buying the wrong cube at the wrong time. I did the exact same thing with the Hong and the 562. I bought the Hong. Nevertheless, that modding idea had stuck in the back of my mind, and a couple of months ago I discovered that Pedro, who makes all the ball core files, had actually made a Reddit post about the SteVin, and that you could combine it with a ball core for optimal performance. That gave me the kick I needed to commit to the mod, so I actually found some cheap magnets on eBay and I went for it. The finished SteVin mod was pretty good. I used 2x1mm N50 magnets in the feet of the wings, and 3x1mm N50 magnets in the corner feet. There was a little bit of fiddling involved with positioning the magnets, which I'll share with you now. The wing magnets need to be pushed all the way to one side, as you can see in this photo. And you should do the feet magnets one at a time in 3 different batches to reduce the chance of one of the magnets, or 2 of the magnets, releasing and causing huge headaches, if you don't already have one from inhaling all the superglue. Overall, the cube had a nice tactility to the alters, and the slices were slightly better due to all the pieces being aligned more correctly. The feel and speed hadn't changed too much otherwise. It was more stable and slightly easier to use, but I felt that it still didn't compare to the AoSu V7. And it was at this point that I realized that A, the AoSu was just better in about every single way, and B, I really just had to send it with installing the ball core to get the most out of the cube. Now this is where the real headache started. The ball core file labeled core for all 4x4s except GTS 2M did not fit. It wasn't even close. I had to chop the shells in half, and then I still had to remove material from them so that they would fit around the core properly. I'll put a picture on the screen now. It's a bit hard to tell, but it looks pretty bad in person. After that was done, I moved on to the corner mounts, which was somehow even more annoying than the core. It took me about 4 separate days over a whole month to actually finish the job because nothing fit properly due to the corner mount interfering with the midge torpedo. Admittedly, that is completely my fault, but it was still extremely annoying. I was constantly clipping material off the mounts to make them work, and 2 of the feet magnets from the SteVin mod even fell off during this process, and I'm truly thankful this didn't happen more often. When I was finally done, I had to take each corner out and glue another 3x1mm magnet onto them because they weren't strong enough. Thankfully, the end result was noticeably better than when I started. The cube is now a lot more solid and stable feeling, with a nice meaty magnetic pull, without being overpowering. The slices actually aren't that much slower at all, probably helped by the fact that I can run the cube a bit looser than before, which does lead to the occasional pop, but it feels nicer in general. It's still clacky and fast, but less so thanks to the ball core, which I think nicely complements the flexible nature of the cube. That being said, part of me still wishes I just bought an AoSu, and I probably will do just that. As nice as it is to have a fully modded Vin that's significantly better than the stock cube, it's somehow still worse than a single track AoSu V7 in some regards, mostly in how forgiving it is. And if you look at the ball core double track AoSu V7, it's pretty much worse in every way. Either way, if anyone was looking for a review of the SteVin, there it is. I don't recommend buying it or doing the mod yourself, unless you really like the larger size, or you think the mod sounds fun for some reason. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.